JP.
Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to James Redmond TV. We've got the Bum Scouse Wi-Fi and the ultimate MUFC legend, the guy from Manchester, reigning in the red corner. Well, actually, the blue corner because I'm Redmond. It is Saeed.
Yo, what are you saying, man? What's going on, lad? What's going on, lad? What are you saying, lad?
How are we, our kid? How are we?
How are we, our kids? What's going on, my friend?
You know what I mean?
You're right, lad.
Hey, should we start having a sing-song, Saeed? The Glazers at the wheel. Tell me how good does it feel? We've got Joel at the helm. Dee, 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 dee. Hold that. Hold that, my guy.
No.
Hold that.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, just allow me in. Let me mourn. Let me just be sad in silence, innit? You know what I'm saying? Like, allow me in it.
Hold
like,
that,
it's sad, man. It's a sad day, but we're recovering. We are recovering. We're on the mend.
I just want to know. I just want to know when you get off the mend, because you've been on the mend for probably as long as I've known you. The League Cup looked like it was a good time, and now we're back where we are.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's a good day that day, by the way. It's a good day that day, League Cup day. You know what I mean? I remember that day. Nice drive to London. You know what I mean? Good buzzing. Me and Andy Tate loving times in the third tier.
The real Andy Tate, you know what I'm saying? The real Andy Tate out there.
The real Andy Tate, you know what I mean? Give it more easy to the end of the season. You're a fool. Good night.
Legends. Saeed, want to first off say thank you for coming on the channel, brother. Obviously, we do our weekly show. Chat, if you're wondering what happened, because I got loads of messages about what happened. People were like, did you two fall out? I was like, no. StreamYard fell out with us too.
StreamYard, mate.
Nightmare.
They're trying to stop us, but they won't do it. They're trying to end the show, but they won't do it. We're here. We're still back in some shape or form. And you know what, man? We won't stop. We can't stop. But yeah, man. I don't know what happened. It just literally just ended. Not only did it end the stream, it was wiped off YouTube. And I was like, what?
Wait, so it wasn't you who deleted it?
No, I didn't delete it. I swear down, it was there. I would have left it on and be like, you know what? At least people have got half an hour show. It wasn't on YouTube. That was the thing. I don't know what happened to it. I tried to check the archives. I tried to check drafts. Maybe it was saved as a draft. I don't know. Like, generally, I was gobsmacked.
That is wild, bro. So whoever's running the PGMOL is the one running the YouTube platforms. You know what I mean? They're trying to stop us, broski.
Yeah. So you know what, man? I blame that on, you know what I mean? Like I said, with StreamYard, I feel like it's one of them where YouTube, they need to let us just directly stream from YouTube. Like, I know we can still do that, but it's not as interactive maybe as what StreamYard can do. You can bring on guests, you can do stuff like that. YouTube needs to just basically create their own streaming platform, let people invite, and then you don't have to all have all these third parties and whatnot, but that's a dream, man. That's a dream.
Before we get into any football talk, chat, because the first topic that I'm going to bring up is one that Saeed's maybe talked about himself regarding the latest update on the sort of ownership situation. Please do subscribe to Saeed. I can't say it enough. He's not only a Manchester United content creator no more. That was his niche for a while. He's now broken into the footballing scene. Every stream's banging out. Like over 10,000 views at least. It's brilliant. So proud of you, bro. He's got an amazing. By the way, he regularly gets fucked on FIFA. That is an amazing watch. If you don't watch
that FIFA is just not for me, man. I'm telling you. I don't know if you play it EA FC, but bro, I just don't know how to defend. My goal scoring record, I've got the highest goal score in the league, but then I've got the highest goals conceded as well. So I'm like Jurgen Klopp back in the day. Like, I would basically score goals, but then concede 4. So it's like it's not working right now. So
mega pressing, you know what I'm saying?
Gegen pressing, and that's what's going on, man. But right now, Yeah, it's not my best friend, but we're here. We're suffering every day, man. But shout out to everybody who watched it, man. You get
Yeah,
me? It's
no, big up,
entertaining
big
at
up.
least.
He's got EAFC, he's got multiple fans. We're also going to be live, and this stream's going to redirect you to his stream right after this. So at 6 p.m., we've got a panel, a Premier League panel that I'm going to be a part of.
Yeah,
Quality.
yeah.
Quality.
Premier League panel, and then we're just going to be mashing up the latest debates on in the Premier League, man. But it's good to be on here, man. Like I said, smash a like on the video. Big up to the Redman Army, as we would call it. And yeah, man, big up to you, man. James is back on YouTube. He's back consistency. You know what I mean? We're here. We're here, bro.
Better than ever, mate. Better than ever. Want to shout out today, Shane, who's just sent him a super chat prior to the stream. Got a shout out to everyone who supports the streams financially, whether it be me or Saeed. We really appreciate you. He says, got a new job. Here's a little something to celebrate, lad. You'll never walk alone, bruv. Shane, congratulations to you, broski. That is a huge deal. Big W for you.
Big up,
chat,
man. Big up,
spam
man.
those W's in the chat for my man Shane. What a legend. Big up to Esther. Big up to
Shane.
Sam. Big up to King Mo, big up to Captain Sal, all of the OGs. Saeed, we'll start off with the news. We'll get it in there, out of the way, so the hardest part is done for. So if I just add that screen, as you can see, we've got an update. Sir Ratcliffe's proposed stake for Manchester United would see Sir Dave Brailsford and Joel Glazer sitting on a committee overseeing football and matters. A little add on here. The committee would be made up of 2 INEO members and Joel Glazer. Saeed, what's your thoughts? How do you feel?
Well, I hate to say I told you so, man. You know what I mean? All the United fans were coming at me saying, Saeed, man, trust it, trust the process. You know what I mean? He'll have football in control. You know what I'm saying? That was the situation that United fans were telling me. And I was like, nah, man. What minority shareholder or minority stakeholder would have full 100% control of footballing matters? Like, when have you ever seen that? It's never happened and never will. So I looked at it and I thought it was too good to be true. We as fans said full sale only. A lot of fans kind of bending over the idea of, you know what, if he does take over the next 4 or 5 years, it's okay. But I had the illusion, I was like, listen, no, like full sale only. He's a rat. Like for me, he's got in bed with the Glazers. It's the only way he could have went in, which people can argue it's clever. For me, it's a snakery behavior. I think it's just damn right, you know, because he knows how much Man United fans know that we want the Glazers out. We don't want you and the Glazers having red wine on a Saturday night. You know what I mean? At Old Trafford, we don't want that, mate. Because you claimed you're a United fan. You claimed you want the best for Manchester United. You said you wanted to put the Manchester back in Manchester United. So I'm sorry. For me, it don't work with me, and that for me it just almost kind of sums it up. Joe Glazer will somehow be in control. And ultimately, he'll have to sign it off. You know, it might be more board members in with Joe Glazer, but it still means Joe Glazer and Avram, who are still there, have the final say. So what footballing matters does he really have? And that was a question I asked United fans. I said, how much control will he really have? And that goes to show little to nothing, really, because he still is with Joe Glazer. So
yeah, man. That's a good assessment. And you know what, Saeed? That's what, because I was trying to, because obviously I had the banter with you yesterday, and no one, if you never watched it live, you wouldn't have seen, but me and Saeed was discussing back and forth on this. I then went a little bit more serious, and I said, well, do you know what? There could be a greater benefit here, because now maybe it's not going to be the Glazers who are in control of the football and matters. Turns out that's not the case. And I really want to ask the whole point of this whole previous, 12 months? Because that's kind of, I don't know if it's been 12 months, maybe it's been slightly less.
Yeah,
however long
less than that,
yeah, but however long it's been going on, a long time, longer than what it needed to. Great offer there from Sheikh Jassim, who put it on the table, willing to get rid of the debt, double the value, etc. And I just think, in my opinion, that when you look at everything that's going on at the moment, in terms of, you know, the Glazers keeping in control and all these things, that's not good for Manchester United fans' hearts, because that's what they wanted changed. And even if it was Sir Jim Ratcliffe, let's say if he did get control over football and matters, got to employ the footballing directors, the ones who were going to oversee the football and insight, I still think there was questions there when you consider the fact he was at Nice, and Nice ain't really done much. And, you know, prior to Sir Jim Ratcliffe owning them, they were getting Champions League. Since he joined them, not even qualified once. So I was still questionable, but at least it would have been something different, which, if United fans wanted Glazers at least less involved in the football club. I know you wanted them gone, but if you wanted them less involved in the football club, well, that was the opportunity to do it. Turns out that hasn't happened. And I just don't see the benefit now. I don't see the benefit of what this could be. There was at least some room for speculation on that this could be beneficial. Now I don't see how you win a league title in the next 10 years, broski. And it's only because of the structure. That's all. You can't say you don't spend money. There's money there. But, that everything else around it, how do you trust that structure? That's the problem.
But you know what it is though. I could hear the argument of you can close the gap with better structure, but it's also down to how much say is being kind of said by whoever's in control. Also, which personnel is brought in. See, I don't know really what much Brazelford has done. He's obviously from cycling, and his background is from cycling. Whether he's got footballing structure and footballing minds, I don't think so. But again, we're here to see what he's bringing in. I look at it, I think, you know what? The more you look at it, he's more a shield for the Glazers in terms of when everything goes shits up, people can say, well, hold on a minute. So Jim Ratcliffe is there. He's the one that's navigating the footballing structure. He's the one that's maybe bringing the ideas, and he's the one that's ultimately, possibly, having a leading role. We don't know yet, and that in that sense, you kind of look into yourself, you think to yourself, well, hold on a minute, what are you going to do differently? So, footballing structure can work. There has to be a plan, but that also means that the Glazers are not in control of anything. And if that happens, then what is the point? Like you said, because like I said, you want to close the gap, and we're not closing the gap at the minute, man. And we are 10 years, like you said, away from winning anything. I think even more than that, to be honest with you, because Newcastle are now here, Aston Villa are now here, Brighton are now here. Bro, when we were getting top four, you could be shit for the whole season and still make top four. Now you've got so many clubs that are fighting for top four, and they've got good owners, and they've got good structure. They've got billionaire owners as well. So this idea that it's just Man United got to figure it all out in the next year or two, and then all of a sudden everyone else becomes shit, that's not going to work, guys. So that's just my kind of idea and perception of this, is that if you're going to do it, it has to be quick, precise, and it has to be spot on. If you don't do that, and you kind of wait around and you kind of dilly-dally around, bro, it's not going to work, man. So I just don't see any benefit in Jim Ratcliffe. I really don't. Even if he's minority shareholder with a view to maybe later on down the line to becoming full owner, I still don't see the benefit. I really don't, because I just don't see how he gets there anyway. So
there's nothing on the resume, is there?
Right
there's
now.
Nothing on the resume that you can sit there and go, okay, I can look at that, what he's done and what he's achieved, and then I can correlate that and hope that he's going to do that to Man United. He hasn't got that type of resume. That's the problem with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So I actually want to put up a comment that I started just a second ago. So shout out to Chris. And big up to You'll Never Walk Alone 66 for the kind comment. But Chris said, news from Qatar is the Sheikh hasn't backed out and they expect a 5th bid. Is this hope, or is this...
Yeah, this is massive hope, man. I've personally not told myself. You know me, I'm the first person to give any United fans hope. I'm the first person to kind of be like, you know what, there's hope. You know what I mean? To me, I'll be shameless. But even me, I can't put myself through that again. The fact that there might be a 5th bid, there might be a little chance. I think he's done. I don't think Fabrizio Romano would put it out there. The biggest journalists have put it out there as well. Like, it wouldn't happen. Let's be honest. So, listen, if it did, then, bro, you know what I mean? This is, again, it's a mind fuckery, because it's like, we got to wait again. So then we got to wait for Sheikh Jassim to put another bid in, then it to be approved, then him to say, right, I'm not going to pay more, then the Glazers. It's so much kind of like, it's mental gymnastics, man. And I'm just like, I'm tired of it. Like, I'm tired of the mental gymnastics that's involved within my United, man. I'm tired. But if he did, you know what it is? It's about principle as well. These guys, these rich owners, it's about principle, man. And I think for me, when you look at it, mate, it's like, bro, I put in the highest amount of money. I put in double the amount what is valued at. What more do you want me to do? I'm about to put in 8 billion, and you want 10 billion up front. You want close to that. Come on, man. It's not gonna work out, mate. So yeah, man, I'm not giving myself any sort of help for me. I'm just gonna kind of like, you know what, just relax, because right now it's just too much, man. It's too much.
I'd love to know the general consensus. I spend the majority of probably 90% of my time on Twitter. Not 90% of my life on Twitter. I mean, the time that I spend on Twitter, I spend 90% of that time hating on Manchester United. It's a very fun thing to do. Love rattling people. Boss. Anyway, I don't look at what they're saying, though. I put out, I don't see, I go off. I then now ask you, on someone who's probably had a little bit more of a look at the people who commented on your posts who are United
Yeah.
fans, maybe if you've had a little look yourself at United pages, what's the consensus around the Ratcliffe, thing? Because even like Jay says here, Ratcliffe is a Chelsea season ticket holder. I don't know how true it is, and tried to buy them. I know the second part of that is true. Also, his French club Nice is failing, and another club he owns too. So he's got two bad case studies, and also there's this narrative that they're trying to push. Manchester, he's a fan and stuff like this because he's local and whatnot. Is this a narrative you're buying into, or would you say that the majority of United fans are buying into it? Because I don't think you are.
I think the match going fans, I'll be honest with you, they will be 100% sale only. So they'll be looking at Jim Ratcliffe thinking, hold on a minute, you're a bit of a snake, really. If I'm being really honest with you, I think it depends on a lot of people how they go through life. Is like, okay, I'm a problem solver. I wanna be able to kind of get this solved. So let's look at solution base. So if they're looking at it from that point of view of, okay, I can't be angry anymore. Let's just see how it goes and let's see what Jim Ratcliffe can do. I personally think that's a wrong approach, because if you have any principles in life, and if you say, right, I will not do this, like this is something that I morally will not stand for, then you won't do it, will you? So
that's right.
For me, for any fan that said we want a full sale only and we want Glazers out, when I mean Glazers out, it doesn't mean you can take your time and you can relax a little bit, but then further down the line, I want you out. No, you said hashtag Glazers out. That means out the door right now. You know what I mean? Like you see it, can't pay, take it away. Then come to your door. If you can't pay your debt, you're out the door. And it's simple as that. These lot have to go. It's simple as that. With United fans, I can only speak for what I've seen on Twitter, and that is a case of, you know what, we'll see how it goes. I feel like what it is, with media and the way they spin things, Twitter is just almost like it's a machine. So the more you read it, the more you kind of will accept it. That's why for me, I haven't been on Twitter as much in terms of seeing the propaganda for Jim Ratcliffe. I'll fix this. I'll fix the footballing structure. I've just looked at it from the first headline is that Sir Jim Ratcliffe will be coming in as minority shareholder, and it means the Glazers will stay. When I heard that word there, James, I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not a part of it, and I do not stand for it. Simple as that. But like I said to you, it just depends on what you stand for. I stand for Glazers out. I keep my energy 100. So I just think it's just, for me, it's a bit hypocritical from United fans to say, well, hold on a minute. You know what? I think I might just allow that now because, you know what I mean? The Glazers will stay and they'll probably eventually go in next 5, 10 years. There's no guarantees of that, mate. No
That's right.
guarantees. So what are you talking about? There's no guarantees.
You're going to be living the next 10 years on hope if that's what you lean on, isn't it? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It's hope. It's hope more than anything.
I get what you're saying. Honestly, Hortensia. Is my Wi-Fi cut out on my back?
So yeah, you're back. You're back now. You're back.
My guy, sorry, did I interrupt you? Did you have a point that you wanted to finish?
No. I was waiting for you to say what you were going to say.
My guy, honestly, Hortensia, just because I'm loving to unpack this, because it's still not a deal that's even fully over the line, which is also something I want to talk about. Honestly, Hortensia has said that I can also see Ratcliffe back out the deal. These are the Glazers we're talking about. So now, because it looks like it's entirely possible, but at the same time, it is also possible, knowing that we're dealing with the Glazers, that it doesn't happen. Now, I don't know whether you think or not, or even if you have an opinion or not on whether it will happen. Do you think that this does go through? Like, fully, or do you think there is any chance that the Glazers can maybe pull a farce and say, you know what, fuck that shit, I'm not really down with this?
No. I think this is more likely to happen than Sheikh Jassim. Obviously, Sheikh Jassim's out of the way. I think this will happen because again, it's good for the Glazers then to as the years go on, the club value may increase to them. So by the end of it, they may get their 10 billion. Now they've already got 1.25 billion for obviously 25% stake. But as Jim Ratcliffe, if he decides to, by the way, decides to add more stake and buy more stake, the value of it is going to only increase. So for them, they're actually doing it. It's better for them, really, if as business wise. But in reality, we don't know yet. There's a lot of ifs in this situation. But like I said to you, we don't know. I think it suits the Glazers more if they do accept this deal. So I would probably say yeah, to be honest with you. But in reality, Jim Ratcliffe is also playing a dangerous game where he's going to be fooled by the end of it. He's going to be probably lied to because then if he says he wants to buy this and they've agreed an X amount and they later on say, well, hold on a minute, that's a price we're setting at right now. We don't know yet. So there's a lot of questions rather than answers. I don't know if you see Gary Neville's kind of list of what he put. That's just 16 questions. So imagine the questions later on down the line as years go on and as stock
Yeah,
markets change and how the football club is by then. And if we then don't have a manager, and the club is mediocrity and it goes below top four and we're only chasing Europa League, the value may go down in that regard. So it's a lot of ifs, man. And you get me, like a lot of people are just living of hope. That's just the way it
yeah.
kind of is, mate.
Yeah, this is also a good question from Honesty Hortensia, who's adding a lot of great input into the stream. He says, question, Saeed, some of the people are saying Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the Glazers are friends. So do you think they got Manchester United's best interest in mind or are they just helping their friends out? And the reason why I think that's like an interesting question.
Yeah, I think he's gone. No, it's an interesting
Yeah,
question, guys. I think it is. I think it's an interesting question because what you got to remember is in this situation, Jim Ratcliffe has spoken highly of the Glazers. When you actually deep it, like he said, they're good people. He has come out there and basically glossed over the Glazers in that regard. So when you actually deep it, there could be some element of friendship there. There could be an element of, you know what? Because the journalists were putting out that Sheikh Jassim hasn't been seen in negotiations, hasn't really been seen in certain situations and whatnot. Whereas Jim Ratcliffe has made himself open. He came to the Old Trafford. He came to see them. He came to negotiate hand in hand. So I feel like for me, in that regards, there could be an element of friendship there. There could be an element of, you know what? Jim Ratcliffe has only got in there with the benefit of the doubt in that regards. So yeah, just to kind of explain before you went, James, I think there could be an element of friendship there because it's like, there's an element of, you know what, with Sheikh Jassim that he's quite unknown in that regards. Whereas at least with Ratcliffe, he's put himself out there in terms of
yeah.
meetings and whatnot. Yeah.
No, I feel like was your answer yes, or
Yeah, yeah,
no?
yeah.
Because I missed the
Basically.
first bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Sorry about that as well, chat. I need to sort it out because my Wi-Fi's been fine for months, and it's only been like the past 2 or 3 days where it's really been bugging up on multiple streams. So I do apologise for those who might be interrupting the viewership off and whatnot. No, that's good, and I love delving into these type of things because one, we still don't know. Or should I say, we're not 100% certain that it's going to happen. If it does happen, do they have the best interests? Or is it to improve the marketability of the football club? Is it to improve because listen,
Mhm.
Manchester United can make money without winning trophies. This is one thing I've learned about your club
Yeah.
over the past 10 years. And listen, Saeed, as much as me and you love trophies and we love silverware and we understand the importance, and of course, if you go years and years and years without it, then it starts to become a problem. But I think the fan base is so big. And even the fact that you've had the likes of just even Cristiano Ronaldo, fans stick around when you've had a
Yeah,
player
yeah.
like that. Like, I'm going to support United because Ronaldo's going back there. Okay, now he's left, but I'm still going to support them. Like, that type of idea. So they do well at finding a way to manipulate the narrative that gets the fans invested.
Facts, 100% commercial. It's all about commercial. If it makes sense commercially, then it makes sense for Man United. But that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like, if Jim Ratcliffe is going to come in now, he's got to change that narrative. He's got to make sure that football decisions come at the forefront of everything that Man United do, not commercial then football. And that's what it's been like for so many years. It's like we've had to do even when we look at the simple things like pre-season. We're playing 8 games in pre-season. And some of the games are in the West Coast, some of them are in the East Coast. Some of them are so far to another destination. It's like, why are we doing that? But because of the way we have to deal with all the commercial situation regardless, we've got to make that kind of move. And that, for me, for players, it can detriment the season. Because imagine they have a hefty pre-season. By the time they start, they're flipping knackered, mate. So, and that's what Ericsson did complain about. He did say that the pre-season was very, very long. Did Ten Hag claim to that? Probably not, but that's just down to the football club, you know?
down to the football club, man. Down to the football club. Do you know what? One last question, then we'll move on because I know that you've got it here. Who are you playing this weekend?
We're playing Sheffield, mate.
Sheffield. We'll
Sheffield
delve
United.
in. We'll delve into that game and then we'll talk a little bit about Liverpool. I think this is an interesting question as you're a match going fan, and I've been asked this question loads when I go games, and I've talked about FSG, and
Yeah,
I've had
yeah.
to you have to break it down, don't you? Because you've still got the love for the football club, but then you also think,
Yeah,
well, I am actually technically investing into their product, and you realise, well, if I stop going, the difference that's going to make is very minimal because of
very
the fact
minimal.
everybody in the Wales is still going to go ahead and buy these tickets and stuff like that, which is why the message has got to be clear. It's not, it shouldn't really be for us to take that step back, but it should be for us to make change. So although I do think United fans can do more, I don't think the whole solution is not buying tickets. If everybody agreed to it, we're not going to buy tickets. we've got an
of course.
interesting case on our hands. But that's the
Yeah.
thing. Getting the masses to all agree on one thing isn't the case. So just to ask the question, how can the match-going fans want full sale, but then give the ownership they hate money every single week? I would answer that
Personally,
because of the scale of the fan base. But you go, Saeed.
yeah, scale of fan base also. I think for me, I've only got a season ticket, so I don't buy merchandise. I don't buy things in a stadium. Never have done, never will do. So that's one thing I've done to cut the cost of, let's say, a situation. My thing is, yeah, is that okay? And this has been a lot of people have come back at me said, well, you've done your bit. But the problem is though, the Glazers want fans that don't care about maybe the result, don't really care about them as the owners. They come in and they just basically buy the ticket, they'll buy the merchandise, they'll do everything to basically become. It's almost like a super fan in it, in a case of. So they want 75,000 super fans in there,
That's right.
and the season ticket waiting list is all. I think it's 5 years down the line now. Just 5 years of people waiting for a season ticket right now. My thing is, yeah, if I give my ticket away now, whoever takes that ticket doesn't really care as much as what I would do. I want to be there for that cause of change. I have been in there to ask and demand for MTR Old Trafford. So I did it against Liverpool. One of the biggest games of the season. I didn't go to it. Was it last season when we beat you 2-1? I didn't go to it because I said MTR Old Trafford. What happened? Not many people went. I've even said, and I've even called for empty Old Trafford. Or you know what? In a certain part of the stadium, we leave for the Manchester Derby. Will that happen? No. I think that's actually stronger. If you actually leave, let's say 50,000 people leave at one point during the stadium. If that happens, you know how much eyes that will get and the despondent. Even Jim Ratcliffe might look at it and think, hold on a minute. Yeah, man, they're not really happy, are they? And the Glazers won't be happy as well. I get it, they took on our ticket, but it sends a strong message out there. Maybe stopping the game from happening. That's something that we could do more as well. But I mean, it's not as easy as just to say, do it. You have to find a plan. And I
To
don't think
build
we all.
process. Saeed, I respect you've tried to build the base for your fan, like for your club, because what you've done, you've said, yeah, let's meet outside the stadium, let's do protests, let's do these things, and slowly but surely, the more people we get on board, eventually it could get to a point where if all that doesn't work, maybe, because now that we've got everyone on the same page, people are willing to do things. So now let's not go the game, or let's boycott the game, or let's boycott merchandise, or X, Y, and Z. If you can get a good portion to do it, great. But it's so, in fact, I'm going to go as far to say it's impossible to get millions and millions of Manchester United fans all aligned with this idea when all they want to watch is footy, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is where a lot of fans can get deceived. So they don't look at the ins and outs like the way we do. So they have the belief, we've got Ronaldo, we've got Champions League Varane, we're going to win league titles. That can happen with anyone. But that's the thing. That's the sale point. It's like, okay, we're going to get big names because we understand these big names is what's going to get the shirt sales, is going to get more people wanting to come to the stadiums. Go on.
But also, Sheikh Jassim put a world record bid. I mean, that's just the biggest kind of indication that they should have left. You know, I get it. Fans can do more, but what's more powerful? What's more stronger? The fans leaving the stadium and replaced by new fans in the stadium, because that's what's going to happen. Or Sheikh Jassim should have really bought Man United. He put in a world record bid. It comes down to greed. That's what stopped this from happening. Greed from the Glazers. And ultimately, as a fan, I understand people's frustration, but it also comes down to financial situation of the Glazers did not take that bid. And ultimately, as fans, yes, we could do more, but money should have been the problem. Money should have been the situation there, and it should have been finalized. So I wish I could do more. I genuinely wish I could do more. I wish I could, you know what I mean? Set up, situations where we could miss and whatnot. So I just hope for me, like, with United, I hope it gets better, but I just don't know, mate. I just don't know.
Bro, it's confusing. It's confusing even as an outsider looking in. Chat, I am battling like the way Man United are battling for new owners.
Cable? Have you got
Bro, no, I don't have an Ethernet cable. I need to get one, don't I? This is the thing. It's been a thing that's came over the past massively. 3 days. Yeah, I will do for sure. It's been frustrating, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm there fighting with it all the time, and then it's like I don't know if it's gonna work and whatnot. But anyway, thank you for persisting with me, chat. Saeed, you've got did you say Sheffield United that you've got on the weekend? So that
Sheffield
means
United
that
at home. Away, sorry,
Ryan
away.
Brewster's gonna score a hat trick, and then you're gonna get
Where is he
absolutely
now?
done.
Like he just disappeared after that Champions League. Like honestly, Ryan Brewster's career is actually quite
He
sad,
never
man, because
even
it took
played
off
in the
so big.
Champions League. He was on the bench for the majority of the tournament.
Wow, wow, that's
Oh
crazy,
my!
man. That's crazy. Now you know what, man.
Um,
Listen, I don't know if
I'm
he's
out.
even made an
I think I'm
appearance this
back.
season. I don't think he's made an appearance this season, mate. So, listen, you know what it is with Sheffield United, yeah? Don't be this like they've had a poor season, yeah, but it's not as bad as people what they think, when you deep it. Like they've been losing
Mm,
by the odd goal here and there. They've lost one big game, and that was 8-0 to Newcastle. But every other game has been
yep,
competitive. Sheffield against
yep,
Tottenham, they took them to the last minute. Man City, they took them to the last minute. Who else did they
yep.
take to the last minute? There was a couple of other games where they've just narrowly lost games here and there. They've not been beaten. Only the Newcastle game have they been beaten convincingly. Everyone else, it's been a bit, hit and miss in that regard. So yeah, man. I think for me, we should beat them now. If we don't beat them at 8 o'clock on Saturday, bye, man. Like, what more do you want, man? I want to watch UFC in peace, and I'm not even a UFC fan, and I want to
In
still watch
it,
the UFC fight. You know what I mean? Yeah,
in
man.
it.
I'm
The
on it,
UFC
mate. I'm on
card's
it.
gonna be gas, bro.
It's
This
gonna be
UFC
mad.
card's gonna be gas as well, Saeed. If there's anyone you're gonna watch this one for sure, because bro, it will be absolutely sick. Yeah, bro. Like I don't even know if mine's even working. Saeed, is my Wi-Fi even working? Can you even hear me?
See, can I hear your voice? Yeah, yeah. You're back now. You're back. Can you hear me?
Me voice, me voice. Nah,
Yeah, yeah.
nah, I
Hear
can
you.
hear
Hear
you. I
you.
can hear
Hear.
you. It's doing a madness. Do you know what? Do you know what I'm gonna do, Saeed? Just because, bro, it's getting to a point where it's kind of unbearable. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ask. Can you give me your score prediction? Is that okay, or are you doing a preview on your channel?
No, 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 no. I think United will win. Trying to think. 3-1 United. 3-1 United.
Ah, okay. I'm gonna be shameless. I'm gonna say 2-2 with Ian Brewster to get 2 goals. Why not? And then he can flex that
Wow,
Champions League
wow.
medal after the game. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Fair,
Oh,
fair.
class. Class. Anyway, chat, I'm sorry I've had to cut this one short. This is 2 days in a row now that we've had to cut our stream short,
That's
Saeed.
crazy. Similar
Because,
time as well, Similar time.
innit? Innit?
Bro, they
Oh,
don't want
my
us together,
days.
man. They don't want us, man.
You don't want us to get
It's too much.
but we will fight them back at 6 p.m. when we're live on Saeed's channel. So I am gonna thankfully I won't have to do as much talking in that stream. So hopefully it won't override it much. Chat. I appreciate everyone who's persisted with me throughout this stream because I've been fighting it all stream. However, go subscribe to Saeed. Once this stream ends, we're gonna redirect it to Saeed's channel. So set a reminder once you get there, and that'll be great. Saeed, thank you, brother.
No, anytime. I'm big on the chat, man. James Redmond Army. They're probably the most loyal fan base. Loyal fan because they've been here for the whole stream and they've not left. So shout out to them,
Pound
man.
for pound,
Shout
bro.
out to them.
Pound for pound, bro. Pound for pound.
Come on.
Best, you know what I'm saying? Love them. No, thank you, guys. I'll also be live for an Everton preview at 7 p.m. So tune in for that. Hopefully the Wi-Fi will be better. And until then, I'll see you all later. See you at 6 on
on.
Saeed's